So I just uploaded a short about this same topic. And I know this is something that I've talked about a bit, but I really want apparently to hit home on it again. Um, if you think about who you are as a person, you have this identity, and those identities are your beliefs. And your beliefs frame what you experience in the world. Your beliefs are going to mirror back to you what you see. In a previous video, I'll link it below, I talked about how there was a study with people that either self-identified as lucky or self-identified as unlucky, and what they were able to perceive in their life. And this is something that happens everywhere. So it's like if you start paying attention to certain numbers, you're going to start seeing those numbers. It's very easy to like quickly decide that you want to see like 888 everywhere that you go, or that you want to see purple cars everywhere that you go. And then those things will start coming up in your perception. Now, I believe your attention is how you pray. I have said before, God, the universe, to me, all same thing, right? It's the source power, life source, God. That is one being that has kind of provided us this experience that we get to have, but at the same time is like kind of giving the experience up to us to learn and grow. And I don't necessarily always know the reason. I say always know. I never know the reason for it, right? I can have a lot of different theories, but I just don't know that. But I do realize that the more that I focus on something, the more that that's what I'm praying for. So when I focus on the sadness in my life, or the fact that I'm not getting the love that I think that I deserve, or I'm concerned, that XYZ is always happening to me, or that I'm unlucky, that's what I end up continuing to get, because that's what I've been praying for. That's where my attention is. And where my attention goes, that's where reality is going to start to reflect back to me. So when you're looking at your identity and those come down to your beliefs, your identity is going to create the habits that you do every day. And it's even the ones that maybe you haven't been able to pay attention to, or you haven't noticed that you have, or you haven't noticed that you do. Those are all habits that start to get so ingrained in your brain that you make these pathways. And once the pathways are set, then your brain's like, oh, okay, this is easy. We're just going to go down the same path. And that's why you need to start interrupting. That's been the best way for me to do a habit change, is to identify after that cue happens that I don't want to continue to do something. So I'm going to create some sort of interruption, either by placing my phone somewhere else, putting a water bottle out, where it's closer for me to grab it. Sticky notes. I'm a big fan of sticky notes all over the house, so that I remember to do something, or that I remember to focus on something. And I can take my undesired thoughts, or the ones that are not productive for me, and make sure that I shift those to ones that are more productive for me. And so our habits can either be mental or physical. Like it could be that when I wake up in the morning, I automatically go to my phone. That's a physical habit. Or it could be when I get home and I feel like I'm alone, that then I have an emotional reaction that causes me to go down a spiral. And that while I'm spiraling, because I'm thinking about a person who's not in my life, but the issue is that then you're creating that continuously for you. You're continuing the cycle. And one of the greatest things that I heard is that if there's a part of your life that you want to change, you have to realize that your habits and daily activities leading up to this day, and the ones that you repeat constantly, are the reason that you are where you are. And sometimes that can be really difficult to hear. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't seek professional help when needed. It doesn't mean that, it's all your fault, or that you have to start controlling everything that happens to you, or you need to control every thought. Because I wanted to address that as well. I think it's very easy to get caught up in this stuff of being like, I have to control every thought. And I have to guide what I'm doing constantly. And I need to beat myself up if I have a terrible thought. You're not going to control every thought. It's not going to happen. Even if you try the 7-day mental diet, even that is not telling you to control every thought and never have a bad one. It's telling you not to dwell on it. And that's what Neville Goddard talks about as well. Don't dwell somewhere that you don't want to be. Start shifting the way that you're thinking. Start reconsidering the way that you're looking at something. Start putting like more thought into what you're doing and where you're putting your attention. And as you do that, then you start to pray for this other thing. So I'm hoping that makes sense. But I would ask myself, okay, who is the ideal person that I want to be? And once you identify that, you can then ask, okay, if that's the ideal, what is even one small habit that this ideal person of me would do? So let's say somebody who's very into fitness, they're fit and they look fantastic. Well, that ideal person might start every single day with a morning walk. And so that person could say, okay, this is my habit and these are my, the way that I do things is that I start every day with a morning walk. So then ask yourself, am I doing that? Is there any part of the habits that I have that embody the person that I want to be? And I think that's a really important question. But then remember, don't beat yourself up if you have a thought that's like not in alignment with that. Catch your thought, ask yourself, why do I feel that way? What would I prefer to feel? Where would I prefer to focus? Get really curious about yourself, dig in and kind of figure out where it's coming from, and then reshape the thought. And here's the thing, that's revision. Stopping yourself in that moment, changing what your focus is on and the way that you're paying attention, that's revision. And you will see remarkable successes in your life the more that you start to perform this, and you'll get better at it. So definitely take your time. Everything takes practice. The more you practice, the better you're going to get. I wanted to also remind everybody that I have launched a free 14-day course. It's not technically launched, but the sign-up's launched. It's going to launch on August 21st. I am super excited about it. I can hardly wait. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be fantastic. And I hope that you also would like to sign up. If you do, I'll have the link down below. It's actually on my website. If you go to ceciliahendricks.com, you can find it. It's up in the top menu. And I think I have it linked a couple other places. So you can definitely sign up. I am offering where 5 random folks will win a 30-minute coaching session with me where we can get on the phone and kind of talk about the stuff that you're struggling with, whether you want to talk about Neville, personal issue that you're having, whatever it is. I'm super excited to get on the phone with some folks and talk with them. So I'm really looking forward to that too. So again, it's going to start on August 21st. I'll have the link down below. And as always, if you are enjoying my content, please definitely subscribe. It helps me out a lot and it lets me know that I'm on the right track. And I really enjoy doing this. So I hope that you're enjoying the content as well. Talk soon.